Hello everyone and welcome to Shelby This Week. Top news stories. A car crashes into a house and a cell tower is back. All these stories plus much more, but first, let's get back to that car crash. Shelby police and fire got to a scene after a report that a vehicle crashed into the living room of a home. It happened June 5th around 7:40 p.m. A 61-year-old man was driving eastbound on 23 Mile when his gas pedal stuck and he couldn't control his car. He sideswiped another car that was also going east. Then his car crashed into the house near the intersection of 23 and Ryan. According to Shelby police, the major accident caused damage and caused a natural gas leak. Nearby homes were evacuated, contractors came to close up the home, and utility crews were on the scene. No one was hurt in the car or the two people that were inside the house at the time. Police say if anyone was in the living room at the time of the crash, they would have been injured. If your gas pedal ever sticks, police say to shut off the car, apply the brake, put it in neutral, and avoid hitting other cars or structures. A local policeman is being awarded. Officer Paul Sorbo is receiving the Police Medal of Valor because of his actions during a fire that happened on January 6th of this year. The huge blaze happened at Crystal Lake Apartments when Officer Sorbo helped a child down from one of the apartment building balconies. This medal is from the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police. Congrats to Officer Sorbo on this prestigious award. You've probably heard about the Shelby Township police pig story. Officers were called to a scene where a 170-pound pig escaped from her home near 24 Mile and Wolf Drive. The 8-month-old pig was put in the back of Shelby officers Kevin Triorgi and Lawrence Rice's squad car, where the porker named Pig went for a joyride back to the station to be picked up. Since then, this story has gone viral, and now Shelby police decided to make the best of it. Pig shirts were made up, and you can order yours online. Only $15, $20 if you want it mailed to you. The piggy shirts say Pig Patrol 2015. Proceeds go to support Shelby Honor Guard and DARE programs. And a quick side note, the president of Zebert in Utica offered to clean the back of the pigsty patrol car. They detailed the car with no charge to the department, and it doesn't smell like a pigsty anymore. Talks of a cell tower are back in Shelby, and this time they're building one. The Board of Trustees approved a cell tower near 23 and Shaner. It's a 100-foot monopole that will be located behind an industrial business on 23 Mile. There's a bit of history with requesting cell towers in Shelby. A cell tower was rejected in the area of 25 and DeQuinder, but now the board voted 5-2 to bring the Verizon cell tower into play. The tower will run frequencies to the northwest and southeast and will improve quality mobile services to the area. Some residents were weary of the unsightliness and health issues, but no health risks have been found, and cell towers are needed to keep in demand with cell phone use. Coming up, Charlie Cadotto reports on our water.
The sun is shining, the water is blue, and that means Macomb County's 64 marinas will be in full use this summer. Coming up, I'll tell you why the federal government is adding $20 million for clean water initiatives.
And a local singer recognized. Stay tuned.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Did you buy the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes.
The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Visit ready.gov.
It's that time of year when we all get to enjoy being outside again. Charlie Cadotto reports from the water.
The county is calling it the Blue Water Initiative. It's a plan to use the Clinton River and Lake St. Clair to help boost Macomb's economy.
The momentum just keeps continuing.
County Executive Mark Hackle says he's working with local cities and townships to attract tourism to Macomb communities.
We started this off trying to get people to understand, we talk about the blue economy. The underlying principles is water quality, water attraction, and better water access.
And he's getting some help from federal funds. That's $20 million to help fund 11 projects designed to improve water quality in Macomb County. The objective is to make Macomb waterways shine in cleaning lakes, rivers, and streams just before summer kicks off.
It's always been a tourist destination without the county really recognizing it as that. It's got one of the most robust recreational boating industries anywhere in the country.
Close to home in Utica, a $12 million ballpark is in the works, expected to break ground at the end of the month. But Hackle says this project is not just about the ballpark, it's a chance to clean up the area, which was a former landfill.
The ballpark is, in my opinion, kind of the secondary story here. We are now cleaning up a riverfront that has been here for over 80 years as a landfill that's leaching into the Clinton River.
And further east, additional water development projects near Harrison Township are expected to bring in more people, but also more jobs. Macomb County has 64 marinas, and Hackle says nearly 6,000 jobs are connected to them. Now the challenge is to revive the lakes for the summer and add additional access points.
People are going to start talking about not just Grand Rapids on the west side of the state, but New Baltimore on the east side over here in Macomb County.
The U.S. Naval Sea Cadets operate in this training vessel called the Pride of Michigan. They've called Macomb County home for decades now, but they see an opportunity to join the Blue Water Initiative.
I really feel like that Lake St. Clair has been very much underutilized. We've been working out of the Clinton River for the past 37 years.
Even Naval Sea Cadets are getting involved at an early age, celebrating Michigan's waterways.
It's absolutely amazing just being on the Great Lakes and Lake St. Clair. The water is nice and chilly, so it's not too hot and uncomfortable.
Hackle encourages people to experience the chilly waters and visit Lake St. Clair and other waterways in our communities. For Shelby This Week, I'm Charlie Cadotto.
All right, Charlie, good update. Avoiding accidents. That was the focus at the Shelby Utica Kiwanis Club's annual Bill Hone Bike Safety Rodeo and Family Safety Affair. It started 27 years ago and still going strong today. There were prizes for best decorated bike, a safety course, inspections, and food. Every child that attended the rodeo got a free helmet and bike safety course.
Really what it's about, it's a children's safety fair. It's about bicycle safety, but it's also, we get the Shelby Township Police Department involved. We get the fire department, Shelby Fire Department involved. They do ID cards for the kids. The police do, they fingerprint them. They do pictures. The fire department does a smokehouse, fire safety tips, fire prevention, things like that for the kids. Of course, we give away about 500 bike helmets every year, free of charge, just for the kids. So we promote that bicycle safety. We don't want them to get injured. Injury prevention. We do, food. As you can see, the bounce house is up here. We have a magician. We give away a couple of free bikes in a raffle. So it's just something that's kind of really resonated in the community and it's got our name out there, and a way for us to give back every year for an event like this to invite out everybody in the community to attend. So,
how many children we've protected and served in our community over those 27 years, how many injuries we've avoided. And that's Kiwanis' whole goal, is to serve the community and help children. And what better way to do it in your own backyard than doing something like this?
My favorite one was getting our fingerprints done.
Okay.
My favorite part was getting the helmets and learning how to be safe with the helmets.
Boys and girls bikes were raffled off, a bounce house, magic show, balloons, and face painting. About 500 people came out. Shelby Police made ID cards for kids, and Shelby Fire had smokehouse demonstrations. The bike rodeo is one of Kiwanis' main events for the community. A big problem that affects everyone in the area, traffic. Nick Buckler reports.
Traffic seems to be a problem everywhere, but when is enough enough? Those who live on 22 Mile Road say the time for change is now.
Talking about is Van Dyke down to Ryan Road, that stretch of land. I live on 22 Mile Road, and I've been living on 22 Mile for 30 years. It was a nice, peaceful little road. a lot of country around there, but you know, that's how progress is. But the road never developed. Everything else developed but the road. It's still about 1.5 lanes wide. It's all grooved from the big cement trucks and the double tandem, dirt haulers and all the school buses, with all the trucks carrying their trailers behind them, bouncing all over. That there really picked up productivity with the growth of homes and condominium units and different types of retail. Everything seems to be growing, but all the traffic comes down 22 miles from Ryan Road. Ryan Road comes from Auburn Road. There is no red lights on 22 Mile Road, except one at Van Dyke and one at Shelby. It's about 1.5 miles, I believe. It's a long distance.
The development of that area also serves as a problem, which will lead to more traffic congestion with the addition of the new senior housing and existing post office and schools.
Get to my mailbox. There's no shoulder on 22 Mile Road. Not one shoulder. There's no left-hand turn lanes up there. Yet progress is going on. The buses, you kind of shriek when you see a bus going east and here comes a cement truck going west. The road's not big enough for both vehicles. And so I kind of shriek like this, but close my eyes a little bit, wait for the big concussion to hit out there. And I've seen many accidents through the years. I've had them laying on my grass in front of my house, little kids.
Until something is done about this ongoing issue, drive with extra caution in that area. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
Another part of Riverbend's trail is complete. The southern end of Riverbend's Park, a connection to the city of Utica, one of the phases they've been working on. Last week, asphalt was laid. There's less than 1 mile of trail in Shelby, and Utica has another mile.
This section here that we're working on will become part of the Iron Bell Trail, which was Governor Snyder's new laid out plan of the Iron Mountain to Belle Isle pathway. So we're really excited about it. This originated back in 1995, so we've been doing it in different phases. So this phase will complete. You can take your car to Riverbend's Park, 22 Mile Road. You get on your bike and drive down to the city of Utica. Actually, if you want to go further, you can go all the way to Metro Beach when this is completed. And the completion date for this portion is November 15th, because the asphalt, as you can see, they're working on that now, but there's a boardwalk that has to be put in, which is going to take some time. And also in the city of Utica, we'll be going underneath the railroad tracks, which is quite a project. Being out here in Riverbend's Park, where before we had some little foot trails, but now we've cleared it out a little bit, but you have a beautiful canopy above. So when you get hot days out here, there's areas you can be in the shade for 90% of the trail, which is a nice draw and people enjoy. So, but out here you're going to find walkers, you'll have moms and dads with baby strollers, rollerbladers. So it's a beautiful trail, and we're excited to have this amenity here in Shelby. Federal line item, and it was actually $2.3 million for the total project. 1.9 million of that was grant money. And the other portion, Shelby Township Board approved our matching portion, which has made this trail a reality.
The main reason for trail phases, as grant money comes in, Shelby and Utica keep adding to the trail. Remember, November 15th is opening day. The Shelby Gardeners Club is volunteering their time to keep up the grounds around Shelby. It's plant and weeding season. That means Gardeners Club volunteers got their green thumbs out on the municipal grounds. Gardener Ivy Schwartz tells us what they're planting.
Multitudinous plants we are now putting in Mother Earth here at the Heritage Gardens, right in this beautiful section. Miss Susie Silva over here. We have coleus and New Guinea impatiens. Other areas we're planting geraniums and many beautiful annuals in the potted walkway. We're maintaining a wonderful array of hostas, all different kinds of plants.
They maintain heritage gardens off Van Dyke and other spots in Shelby. A new addition to the garden is a sculpture.
This new sculpture has been donated by the Shelby Garden Club. It's entitled Beautiful, is it not? Petal Point. Looks wonderful in our hosta garden. And this is donated again by the Shelby Gardeners, the funds that we raise through our biannual garden walk. So we very much enjoy this, and let's say that this is a symbol of search of beauty and dedication volunteer work here in the community.
The gardeners invite the public, young and old, to come enjoy all their gardening, making Shelby beautiful. The Gardeners Club does a great job with all that landscape. Shelby Township is hosting their 32nd annual art fair. This fun event is for the whole family. Food, entertainment, 100 artists will have an artwork display, along with 30 Michigan-based businesses. Located at the municipal grounds on Van Dyke, just north of 23 Mile Road, the fair is held on August 8th and 9th. A talented singer is in the spotlight. The humble local star has definitely got talent. John Martin tells us more about this local celebrity.
Singer-songwriter Alicia Michelli is a 2009 graduate of Eisenhower High School. Alicia currently lives in Nashville, where she has just completed a new EP titled Heartbeat. And Alicia's musical career recently received a big boost with her appearance on NBC's America's Got Talent. Alicia's not in town, but we were able to talk to her choral instructor at Eisenhower High School about this talented 22-year-old.
Her 10th grade year, she came in, this tiny little girl, and I wasn't sure what to expect. And then this huge voice comes out of her. She's always had that big voice. And then just over her 3 years that she was here, she sang with the women's chorus, the show choir, and our chamber choir. And just to watch her grow as a musician and as an actress, and it was a great experience. She's fun and goofy and really sweet, always willing to be there to help her friends. Just a great kid. As a singer, her stage presence was amazing. She always has that character and always pulls you into the story, no matter what the mood of the song is, and was really good at feeling the emotion of a song, which I think is really important. That's what music does. It makes you feel something.
And I was just sitting here thinking about your kiss and your warm embrace.
I found out on Monday night last week that her audition would air on Tuesday, and that's all I knew. So she can't really say anything. We don't know really how far she gets to go yet, even though she might know, maybe she doesn't, I don't know. We haven't gotten to the live shows yet, so. But I do know that we're just so proud of her, for her being able to get to that level, just to be there and to have, when I saw the whole human interest story on her and just kind of following her around, and it showed her as this shy girl, which I wouldn't call her shy. She's just very, chill. She's very humble. She's amazing, but doesn't have a huge head about her. And I think that kind of comes across as maybe shy. But she's, we're just really proud to see her do this.
In high school, Alicia was voted most likely to receive a recording contract, and it looks like she's on her way to great success. Watch America's Got Talent on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on NBC. For Shelby This Week, this has been John Martin reporting.
For a free download of Alicia's new EP titled Heartbeat, go to aliciamachili.com. Why did the chicken cross the road? To change its name? Well, Chicken Shack, a local famous restaurant chain in Metro Detroit, is getting its feathers ruffled over another company called Shake Shack. Apparently, the New York-based company wants to trademark their Shake Shack sandwich with the same name, Chicken Shack. The New York company filed an application for the trademark, and it will be under review this summer by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The Metro Detroit company has been around for 60 years and has 21 restaurants. Right now, the only chicken menu for the Shake Shack is the chicken dog, with 40 U.S. locations, none in Michigan. Chicken Shack isn't worried about the filing. 4 seniors lost the chance to walk at graduation when they chose to vandalize Stony Creek High School. It happened around 2 a.m. on June 4th. The school police found spray paint, toilet paper, eggs, and paper strewn about outside. 2 17-year-old males, 1 18-year-old male, and 1 18-year-old female were arrested during their practice graduation ceremony at Oakland University. Superintendent Robert Shaner said the school was significantly vandalized. Here's how the police caught the vandals. A Meyer bag was left on scene. They found Meyer's video system, which you can clearly see the video of the culprits. Cost of damage is about $1,000. Case is headed to the prosecutor's office. With the end of the 2015 school year here, it also means the wrap-up of high school sports. In girls' high school soccer playoff action, the Eisenhower Eagles began the district soccer playoffs facing the Romeo Bulldogs. The Eagles made easy work of the Bulldogs, eventually beating them 7-0. They then faced the Dakota Cougars, going into the half tied at 1. The Eagles scored 3 in the second half to go on to defeat the Cougars and their coach, ex-Ike athletic director and soccer coach Chris Korteg. In the District 16 title game, the Eagles got off to a quick start against Anchor Bay and defeat the Tars 3-0 to earn the district championship. Eisenhower then went on to beat the Ford Falcons in the first game of the regional playoffs 2-0 to go on to face Troy Athens in the regional title game, but sadly the Lady Eagles came up just short, losing to Athens 2-0. In softball action, the Utica Chieftains made quite a postseason run as the Chieftains earned their first trip to the regional playoffs in 9 years, where they defeated St. Clair Shores Lakeview 7-2. Utica's Ashley Maurer struck out 8 Shoreans in the victory. But sadly, it was the Satellites who got to lift Regional Softball Champions Trophy as the Chieftains end up bowing out to Regina by the score of 7-2. The Eisenhower boys baseball team battled their way to the regional semifinals, where they pulled off one of the year's biggest upsets with their 2-1 extra inning victory over Birmingham Brother Rice. Pete Zemis with the game-winning hit for the Eagles. In the regional championship game, the Eagles faced Troy Athens, where they lost 4-1. In lacrosse, Eisenhower made quick work of the Lapeer Lightning with a shutout score of 15-0. Next, the Eagles faced Walled Lake Central, topping the Vikings 12-5. But the Eagles' luck ran out, falling to Birmingham in the state semifinals 6-2. As for the Utica Chieftains, they fell in pre-regionals to L'Anse Creuse 20-1. In health news, melanoma is the third most common cancer in teens and young adults. So this summer, before you hit the beach, remember to wear sunscreen, avoid sunburns no matter what your age, and try and stay out of the sun during the hottest times of the day, usually between 11 and 4 p.m. And when trying to decide on what kind of sunscreen to buy, researchers say SPF 15 is good enough. Sometimes when you see SPF 50, you won't apply as much as often. So remember, wear sunscreen. Coming up, an umpire with big dreams. We'll explain after the break.
So, you're looking for help with your mortgage. Worried about foreclosure? Messy stuff. We're a mortgage rescue company. We can help you keep your house. All we ask for in return is that you submit to our plans for galactic domination. We're not so different, you and I. Sign.
Yeah, this is not what we...
Have you met my henchman, Radu?
Nice to meet you.
Radu?
We'll see you later.
If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
Imagine a hot, sunny day in California, and what else is there to do than one of America's favorite pastimes, play baseball. Shelby Township resident Leo Levy, 84 years old, has been an umpire for 45 years, but hasn't umpired in 8. Leo got to umpire a Pony Bronco game out in Selmar, California. Here's what he says about the game.
They said, you know, we had a bigger complaint around here. If you did something wrong, you would have known it. And they said they liked my strike zone, that thought everybody had the same strike zone that I had. So that made me very happy to say, at 84 years old, go out there and people compliment me for what I've done. And I tell you, I was in heaven when I was doing that game. I enjoyed it so much. I think it's so important for people to have a reason to get up in the morning and have something to do and accomplish something every day. That's why I went to work at that nursing home, because I got to have a reason to get up in the morning. You got to keep your mind working, and you got to keep active, because if you just sit in the chair and watch TV all day, you're not going to be here too long. And I just had that 4-way bypass operation last year, and that was a year and 4 months ago. And boy, I'm running around now, I'm umpiring a ball game, so I was determined I was going to do that. And I think it's great for all the old people.
Leo's family lives out in California. That's how he got to umpire the game. Leo works at the Shelby Township Crossing Nursing Home, and his message, never give up. If you want to do something, do it, no matter how old or young you are. And that's why he works at the nursing home, to spread his message to the young folks there and play ball. And that's Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time at shelbytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ShelbyTWPTV. Thanks for watching.
The umpire, the guy who calls every play. We ain't got no use for the umpire unless he calls them our way.
Hey, Tommy!
He calls one a strike that just misses my hat, and that's how I know that he's blind as a bat.
Ralph?
I pitch him right over, he gives him a walk. I scratch my right ear and he calls it a balk.
Bill?
I slide into second, I'm safe without doubt, but up goes his thumb.